Is it time to buy or sell Apple stock? In this video, we will explore Apple in depth. Our initial report was published on our website on Tuesday, the 29th of April, 2025, and now we are here to provide you with an even more detailed analysis. Remember to subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on the notification bell to stay updated on our latest analysis. You do not want to miss any crucial updates that could impact your investments. Enhance your trading decisions by trying our newly launched AI stock analysis tool powered by GPT-4 at StockInvest.us. Tap into the power of AI and receive free price predictions and in-depth analysis for any one among 45,000 companies worldwide today. Please note that this video is for informational purposes only and should not be considered financial advice. Since the 24th of April, 2025, our system has identified Apple as a buy candidate, assigning it a score of 1.85. Now, let's examine the stock's performance during this period. The stock has experienced a gain of 1.36%. This amounts to an average return of 0.34% per day since it was designated as a buy candidate. The stock is positioned at the upper part of a very wide and declining trend in the short term. This typically presents a favorable selling opportunity for short-term traders, as a reaction back towards the lower part of the trend is anticipated. A breakout above the upper trend line at $211.77 would initially indicate a slower rate of decline and could potentially signal the beginning of a trend reversal. The current 3-month trend suggests a possible change of negative 18.76% over the upcoming 3 months, with a potential return ranging from negative 37.99% to negative 18.54%. Observing the longer term, our 12-month analysis indicates a projected change of positive 10.32%. Based on our calculations, the stock's performance could vary between negative 9.21% and positive 39.65% over the next year. In current terms, this would suggest a future price somewhere between $191.77 and $294.95. Our latest daily update for Apple features the headline, Apple stock price up approximately 0.509% on Tuesday. On the last trading day, which was Tuesday, the 29th of April, 2025, the Apple stock price increased by approximately 0.509%, rising from $210.14 to $211.21. This marks the 6th consecutive day of gains for the stock. It is relatively uncommon for stocks to achieve such a streak, and it is reasonable to anticipate a slight decline in the near future. During the last trading session, the stock exhibited a fluctuation of 1.84%, reaching a low of $208.37 and a high of $212.20. Over the past 10 days, the price has risen in 7 of those days, showcasing an increase of 4.29% over the last 2 weeks. However, it is important to note that trading volume decreased by 2 million shares on the last day, with a total of 35 million shares exchanged, amounting to approximately $7.38 billion. This decline in volume, while prices are rising, may indicate a divergence and could serve as an early warning of possible changes in the coming days. Looking back over the past 52 weeks, the highest recorded price for the stock was $260.10, while the lowest was $169.11. Currently, the price stands at 18.80% or $48.89, below the 52-week high of $260.10, which also represents the all-time high for the stock. Apple is set to report its fiscal first quarter earnings on the 1st of May, and anticipation is building as the tech giant is among the Magnificent 7 stocks that investors are closely monitoring. While there's an increase in the price target from Morgan Stanley, now at $235, analysts also highlight significant challenges that could impact stock performance in both the short and long term. Investors are increasingly concerned about the effects of U.S. tariffs on Apple, particularly given recent escalations, including a 10% tariff on certain products that has already begun to strain profit margins. These tariff-related pressures may prompt tough questions from investors during the earnings call, potentially leading to stock volatility. In addition, Apple faces increased competition in artificial intelligence, which could hinder its market position. The delay in launching an upgraded Siri raises concerns that the company is falling behind rivals who are quickly advancing in the AI landscape. Antitrust litigation is another factor, as it compels Apple to open its ecosystem to third-party services, threatening its historically strong competitive advantage. On a more positive note, Apple is expanding its manufacturing footprint in India, with new plants starting production. This diversification could mitigate some tariff risks, enhancing long-term resilience. However, investor sentiment may remain cautious ahead of earnings due to the looming threats, leading to potential short-term fluctuations. Overall, the outcomes of the upcoming earnings report could significantly sway Apple's stock price in the coming days. Analyst ratings. On Sunday, the 13th of April 2025, it was reported that UBS assigned AAPL a buy grade with a hold action. On Wednesday, the 2nd of April 2025, it was reported that Citigroup gave AAPL a buy grade with a hold action. Also on Wednesday, the 2nd of April 2025, it was reported that Tigris Financial assigned AAPL a strong buy grade with a hold action. On Wednesday, the 12th of March 2025, it was reported that Morgan Stanley gave AAPL an overweight grade with a hold action. On Friday, the 21st of February 2025, it was reported that UBS assigned AAPL a reduced grade with an upgrade action. Analysts have assigned Apple stock a general neutral rating. They classify the price-to-earnings ratio as a sell and the price-to-book ratio as strong sell. In terms of return on investment, the analysts have rated the stock as a strong buy. The following signals have been identified for Apple. The chart today shows mostly positive signals. The Apple stock is receiving buy signals from both short and long-term moving averages, indicating a favorable outlook for the stock. However, there is a general sell signal stemming from the relationship between the two averages, where the long-term average is positioned above the short-term average. On potential downward corrections, support is anticipated at the levels of $205.21 and $207.93. A decline below either of these levels would trigger sell signals. A buy signal emerged from a pivot bottom point on Tuesday, April 8, 2025, and thus far, it has increased by 22.5%. Further increases are expected until a new top pivot is established. Additionally, a buy signal is present from the 3-month Moving Average Convergence Divergence, or MACD. Notably, volume decreased during the last trading day despite price gains. This divergence between volume and price could serve as an early warning. Therefore, close observation of the stock is advised. Here are some other signals you might find interesting. Moving Average Convergence Divergence, buy signal. Pivots, buy signal from 15 days ago. Bollinger, buy signal from 16 days ago. Short-term moving average, buy signal from 7 days ago. Long-term moving average, buy signal from 4 days ago. The relationship between the short and long moving averages indicates a buy signal from 36 days ago. If we look at the 12-month chart, we see short moving average, buy signal from 6 days ago. Long-term moving average, buy signal from 38 days ago. The relationship between the short and long moving averages shows a buy signal from 33 days ago. Remember to visit our page at StockInvest.us if you want to find more signals. Support, risk, and stop loss for Apple. On the downside, the stock finds support just below today's level from accumulated volume at $198.85 and $188.38. There is a natural risk involved when a stock is testing a support level. If this level is broken, the stock may then fall to the next support level. In this instance, Apple has support just below today's level at $198.85. If this level is breached, the next support from accumulated volume will be at $188.38 and $181.46. This stock may experience considerable movement throughout the day, indicating high volatility. And with a significant prediction interval from the Bollinger Band, this stock is classified as high risk. Over the past day, the stock moved $3.83 between its high and low points, or 1.84%. For the past week, the stock has had a daily average volatility of 2.16%. Before we dive into the possible good trading levels for Apple, let's quickly cover some essential fundamental data. First, the price-to-earnings ratio, or PE ratio. This crucial ratio measures a company's current share price relative to its per-share earnings. This is a relatively normal PE ratio, often seen in businesses with long track records or predictable revenues. In other news, the next earnings report for the first quarter of 2025 is expected on the 1st of May, 2025. Analysts' consensus estimates are at $1.60. Keep an eye on these numbers, as they can greatly impact stock prices. Now let's discuss some potential day trading levels for Apple. In the event of an upward trend, the first resistance level for Apple stands at $218.27. If you do not own any shares, you might consider waiting for this level to be surpassed before entering a position. For those already holding the stock, this could serve as a point to evaluate for swing trading. Conversely, on the downside, Apple faces its first support level at $198.85. Should this support level hold, it may present a favorable entry point in anticipation of a rebound. The combined average rating for Apple from multiple analyst sources is neutral. Now, let's examine some recent insider trades. The 5 most recent insider trades were conducted by Parek Kevin, who bought and sold 39,275 shares or options in the company. Analyzing the 100 most recent insider trades, we find that the insider power is negative, with a ratio of negative 24.434. In total, insiders acquired 1,389,288 shares and disposed of 2,241,497 shares in the last 100 trades. Our recommended stop loss is set at $204.83, reflecting a decline of 3.02%. This stock experiences significant daily fluctuations, which presents a higher level of risk. Currently, there is a buy signal following a pivot bottom that was identified 14 days ago. Is Apple stock a good buy? Several short-term signals indicate a positive outlook. Even though the stock is currently in a downward trend, we believe that this level might present a buying opportunity, as there is a reasonable chance for the stock to perform well in the near future. Upon analyzing the volatility and movements from the last trading day, our system suggests that the current price is overvalued. For trading on Wednesday, the 30th of April, we anticipate that Apple will open lower by approximately 617/10,000ths of a dollar, starting the day at 210.59 of a dollar. We remind you that trading involves a high risk of losing money. It is advisable to consult with a financial advisor before making any decisions regarding the purchase or sale of securities. Your investment decisions should not be based solely on information from StockInvest.us. By using this information, you acknowledge and accept responsibility for your own investment choices. This is our current view of the stock. Do you agree or disagree? Please comment below and share your thoughts. What is your target for the stock? Remember to like and subscribe. We wish you successful trading and hope you have a wonderful day. With best regards from all of us here at Stock Invest.